Welcome back to Bros in a Landfill, the only show you keep telling yourself you won't watch, but you still don't.
My name's Troy.
And my name is Tar.
And speaking of shows you won't watch, I keep telling Tar to watch Psychopaths and he won't listen to me.
That's right, I'm a fucking rebel, but I also don't know what it actually is.
Yeah,
you keep telling me you think I might like it, but what actually is this thing you call Psychopaths, Tryford?
Well, it's an anime that I'm gonna make you watch one of these days. God damn it! but I assume you actually want a real actual description of what it is. You'll have some questions you want to ask, and I'm gonna convince you.
No, that was perfect.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I'm gonna watch this now.
Actually, instead of watching this, you should just watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because Part 5 started and its opening is heaven.
Okay, sure.
I mean, you don't even have to watch it. Just watch the opening for Part 5. Fighting Gold. It's beautiful. It's sung by Coda, who sang the second opening, and it was the lyrics and composition were made by the people who did Cruel Angel's Thesis from Evangelion.
I have no idea what any of what you just said was.
Okay, so they're the people who
except for Evangelion.
Okay, yeah. So the composer and lyricist wrote the JoJo Part 5 opening. They did the Evangelion opening, which is like the most iconic anime opening of all time.
Okay, sure.
So yeah, I don't know. Side tangent. JoJo, best show.
Or so I hear.
Yep. But you might like Psychopaths more because I think it's right up your alley. Remember when we were talking about the taste episode?
Yep.
You told me you like sci-fi shit and cool shit?
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's Psychopaths. It's cool sci-fi shit.
Well, okay then, but what kind of cool sci-fi shit?
Well, I've got the Psychopaths Wikipedia up. I might as well just jump right into it.
Oh boy!
Psychopaths is a Japanese cyberpunk anime television series produced by Production IG. It was co-directed by Naoyushi Shiotani and Kotakuyuki Motohiro and written by Gen Urabuchi, who did Madoka Magica. With character design,
I've heard things about that anime, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. He's known as Gen the Butcher because characters in his shows get fucked up.
Okay.
And brutal. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Let me just see if I can. Okay. Let me see. Let me get to the plot. Psychopaths is set in a futuristic era in Japan where the Sybil system, a powerful network of psychometric scanners, actively measures the minds and mentalities of the civilized populations. Using a cymatic scan of the brain, the resulting assessment is called a psychopath. When the calculated likelihood of an individual committing a crime, measured by the crime coefficient, exceeds an accepted threshold, he or she is pursued, apprehended, and killed if necessary by police forces. Elite officers, labeled enforcers, are equipped with large handguns called dominators, special weapons that only activate when aimed at suspects with a higher than acceptable crime coefficient. Enforcers are themselves selected for innately high crime coefficients, marking them as latent criminals. They are overseen by police inspectors, who have the jurisdiction to shoot them with their own dominators should they pose a threat to society.
Okay, where do I fucking start here?
Start wherever you want.
Oh, jeez.
Let me see if I can find a Psychopaths trailer and throw it at you. That would... Oof. But yeah, just start talking.
Oh, I don't even know. But, this concerns me not for no reason, but I mean, I don't know how to adequately explain it.
Yep. Anyways, I sent you a link to the Psychopaths trailer. I don't know if that's subbed or dubbed. It's the Funimation one, but you'll get the basic idea of what it's kind of like.
Okay. I'm watching it now. Hopefully that noise isn't coming through the Audacity.
Yep.
I don't believe it is.
Oh well, it's not. It's not like YouTube can pick the audio up.
Wait, the police force are criminals now?
Well, there's criminals on the like latent criminals on the police force that do the dirty work of the inspectors.
Okay. Okay, but there's just gonna be a whole bunch of dead air here.
Yeah, no, I'll keep it interesting. We're watching the Psychopaths trailer together. It's a fun old time, even though
this is very difficult to look at.
What do you mean?
It was at like the middle part where it's just like there's this whole bunch. There's like a 3D effect, like 3D, and there's this.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah. The trailer's got these weird effects added on for some reason.
That is bad. Difficult to look at.
Yeah, this is seizure induced. What the fuck? What were they thinking? What were they thinking with this trailer? Oh man.
Okay. So.
Okay, that was helpful.
That was a thing.
That was very psychedelic.
Psychopathic.
Yeah.
Like, comment, smash.
Like Sonic.
For more quality
trailer reaction
material.
Like, comment, smash, scribe.
So, there's criminals on the police force now. That is the only thing I got from this trailer.
Okay. Yeah, that was really bad. So the way that it works.
This is your fault, Try.
Yeah, no, this is entirely my fault. So the way that the police system works in Psychopaths is that there's two types of detectives. There's the inspectors, who are qualified people that the civil system chooses to lead the investigations, and they're kind of like the lieutenants who run the investigations. And then there's the enforcers, who are latent criminals chosen by the civil system to essentially do the inspector's dirty work. Because one of the key elements of this in the Psychopaths world is mental health and mental stability. And by having the enforcers do the dirty work, it allows the inspectors to not go through the mental trauma that can go along with killing somebody, for example.
Oh. Okay.
But
what is the civil system?
So the civil system is this computer system that essentially runs the Japanese, it runs Japan. It measures people's mental health, helps try to keep it in order, and it removes anybody who doesn't fit into the system due to criminal natures and whatnot. So let's say if you've got a crime coefficient of somewhere between like 100 and 300, you get taken in for therapy or detained until your crime coefficient can go down, and then if it does, you get released back into society. Or if it goes over the threshold of 300, you get executed on the spot by the police force. But the civil system's also responsible of making like governmental decisions and making decisions in regards to people's livelihood. So they'll have like a series of tests for like students and whatnot, and the civil system also works in a way of saying, okay, this is the type of thing that you're going to be good at and you're going to excel at, so this is what you should do in your life. Like, this is the type of job you should have. This is how you should live your life. Like, in some ways, it's kind of like an automated nanny state.
I was going to say, this sounds like fascist propaganda, but okay.
Yeah, no, it is. But it's also, it's really, what makes the considering this is supposed to be like a utopian future type of society sort of thing, it really delves into that utopia versus dystopia. Is this right? What's the issues with this? Are we being told everything that is everything that we're being told accurate, or are there lies that are telling us what's being done to keep society in place, and what's really in our best interest?
Next, you're telling me the police force is actually a bunch of bots.
Surprisingly, they don't have robots, because part of the checks and balances is the reason why they have the police force enacting the judgments is because humans can make split-second decisions based off of instinct that a computer can't. They can find those. I guess so. One of the main character, Akane, she very much has a belief of not executing someone if she believes she can get their crime coefficient down. So one of the things she will do is, if it's like at 300 or like in the 300 area, she'll try to talk that person down to 299 so they can detain them instead of execute them.
Okay.
So it kind of plays hand in hand where the inspectors have the role, and because in all reality the civil system could just create a bunch of drones to handle the executions and the detaining.
But for some reason, it's still left to the police.
Well, it's left to the police because it's the police's job to make those sort of instinctual decisions based that a computer scan can't tell.
Okay. But wait, I thought the entire point was that the computer scan can tell what's going to happen.
And well, because remember the computer scans. All the computer scan is a prediction. It's saying, okay, your mental state is so bad, because it's so. For example, like you'll have criminals and you'll have victims, but because of the criminals, the victims, there's this thing called a hue, which is just like how clouded your mind is, and that's what plays into like the crime coefficient. And their hues can get clouded, and their crime coefficients can raise because of the criminal. So in many cases, it can lead a victim to have a crime coefficient that goes to 300 and whatnot. But what makes it the Psychopaths interesting is how it plays with the concepts. It really tries to break the rules of its own concepts. And does that make?
I thought that was supposed to be a bad thing.
Well, when I say break its rules, it's because what you're given at the start of the show is what is general knowledge for society. Okay. As you go through the show, you quickly you begin to learn that things aren't exactly as they seem. That the story that society has is not the same, is not the actual what's actually happening.
Okay.
And
sure.
Yeah, and that you start getting that like in the midway mark of this at the beginning of this second core of the first season. But it's
so then. What made you think that I would like this?
Oh, I was thinking you like sci-fi.
Right now, I'm not sold.
It's very, especially the first season, not as much as the second season, is incredibly stylish, and has incredibly what? Hello? Oh yeah.
Whoa! Just a whole bunch of shit happened all at once.
Oh, okay. Do I sound fine?
Yes, you sound fine now.
Okay. It has some really great action, some phenomenal animation. There's a lot of
Yeah, that sure came across in that trailer.
Yeah, no, that trailer was bad. That was a bad trailer. Fucking hell, these these enforcers are trained in hand-to-hand combat, and you get some really nice hand-to-hand combat scenes in the show.
Okay.
The anime, like there's also a lot of really cool sci-fi shit, like tech, like really cool tech that's looks cool and does cool things. Like for example, they have like these full holograms that they can do hologram disguises, or they can decorate a room all in holograms and it looks as if like there's real things in that room.
Okay.
The Let me see. I'm trying to find if I can find a better trailer that's not as disgusting.
I hope it doesn't produce as much dead air.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we started freaking about those 3D effects, which were bad. So that was funny.
Okay, sure. I didn't hear a word you just said, but
yep. I said that I said we had that really big freak out. That was really great.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, about the 3D effects.
Great. That's what that was.
Yeah. This is
bad that we're two-manning it because
we don't. There's
if Dizzy or someone else was still here, we could you two could talk and
yeah. No, that's.
Let's see here. So I think we already established that the civil system does more than just regulate criminals.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Well, what the conceit of the show is that people are arrested, detained, and killed before they commit crimes just because they have the potential of doing so.
That sounds like a healthy mindset to have.
Yeah. And the show the show's about exploring the ramifications of that and the people who try to get around said system, because in each of the each story, there's I mean, between season 1, season 2, the movie and the video game, they all feature the big bad in a sense of the arc is getting around the system in some way to be able to get away with what they're doing.
Of course.
To differing effects. I'll give it right there. The very differing levels of effects. But
of exploitation.
Yeah. One of the things I think you'd find cool is that in the first season is incredibly well directed. It was it is a very cinematic show.
Okay.
Which for an anime, I'm sure you didn't get that from that trailer at all.
Help.
Yeah, that was something.
Why would people think that would make us want to watch?
I know.
Just jeez. So hard to look at.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing you just don't do.
Someone had a degree for this.
Yeah.
Someone decided that with a degree, the best thing to do was that.
Yeah.
Should have been beaten out of them, and never mind.
I'll put it this way: the show looks better than most shows today. And this is from 2008.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, taking a look at the Western side of things, a lot of stuff from 2008 still looks better than stuff now.
Yeah.
fucking reboots everywhere, making everything look so ugly. I'm not even talking about Teen Titans or Powerpuff Girls.
Yep. Yeah, no. Here, this is a better trailer.
Okay, better trailer.
That really help delves into the sorts of things.
We got a guy who's winking and waving.
Sexy.
Okay. A world where people's minds are quantified and policed. That's what we've said so far. Oh, this one is in Japanese. So, the psychopath's crime coefficient exceeded a specific value. People of bankrupt character. That? Okay, sure.
Yeah, sure.
So wait, how is crime coefficient even fucking established?
That's a good question.
Dude, is that not?
Oh, no. It's.
You're just trying to get me to watch the show, you bastard.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. But like day to day, like the crime coefficient is not a fixed value; it's fluid, right?
It's very fluid.
Okay. So, what are the types of things that can raise your crime coefficient?
Well, let's see. So the sorts of the easiest things I could do though, so is being like victims of like crimes, being abused, hurt, mental trauma, etc. Those are the easiest things that can boost you up.
Okay. Makes sense.
Not taking care of yourself mentally and taking care of your mental needs can do so. So like if you don't have enough human interaction and you bottle everything up, you don't or you try and you like hold yourself away from people, that can cloud your hue and thus raise your crime coefficient.
Okay, that makes sense.
Basically, anything that can make someone mentally unstable can raise a crime coefficient. And there's certain things like they can detect about desire to commit crimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That also makes sense.
As well as like rebellious like nature. If you start to have the desire to rebel against society. That would raise your crime coefficient.
Then it probably shoots way up, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It absolutely would.
Do we know what the highest recorded crime coefficient is / can be? Like, what is your crime coefficient if you are actively committing a crime? Or do we not know? Because, like, oh, yeah, because you'd be detained before then.
Yeah. I think I've seen I think the crime coefficient is something that just can keep going up, but it's
because this is Dragon Ball Z now.
Yeah, all that matters is it's over 300.
Yeah.
I've seen some numbers like in the 500s. I'm not.
I was gonna say maximum while you're probably committing a crime is like 500.
Yeah,
that was going to be my estimate. So maybe it's 600.
Well, if you're at 300, you're probably already ready to commit crimes, or because it's not just about likelihood to do crimes. In a lot of ways, it's also kind of used to say that you're not a functional member of society anymore. Because in a way in this world, like because part of the Japanese mindset is it's everybody's job to contribute to society.
Of course.
In some way, having a high crime coefficient can also mean not wanting to help or contribute to society.
Well, in that case, I'm fucked.
Yep, me too. But what?
Despite the fact
that I have a
job and am contributing to society.
Yeah. I'm spreading this dissenting opinions online to
16.
rile people up and stuff.
Okay, so
Okay, let me see. I'm on the
someone who just
Psychopaths
shot
wiki.
someone.
Okay, yeah, the highest
I
recorded
don't
one in
know.
the show is 899.
That man. Who is that? Oh. Okay, sure. I have no idea
And
what to say right now.
in the second season, there's a character that reaches 899, and he's an enforcer. But we don't talk.
Okay, so
We don't talk about the
it's
second
happening
season,
again. Like this is
though.
Discord is completely shitting the bed.
That's what makes this the best that episode.
Best.
Yeah. Anyways, did you hear what I said?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this
I wonder if it's
I'm half tempted to like just to call it this week.
yeah, no, I think I wonder if part of it's this older laptop is not running Discord as well.
Maybe. I thought it might have been maybe because like we're trying to watch YouTube videos at the same time,
Yeah.
like using the Discord client.
Oh, that might be true. We're not watching the videos anymore, so
Yeah, I paused it.
yeah. Anyways,
So I can't react to the trailers.
Yeah.
Well, not that I was getting much reactions anyways.
Yeah, no. You can continue watching. I just want to say that the highest recorded one is 899.
$8.99. Okay. What was he doing at that point?
He was an enforcer, and
Oh.
I don't want to get into spoilers. We don't talk about the second season.
Oh.
We don't talk about the second season. It didn't happen. It's not canon.
It's one of those shows.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even written by the same person who wrote season 1. He was too busy working on the movie. He only supervised season 2, so
Oh.
I mean, I enjoyed season 2 for what it's worth, but it was bad. There are some very enjoyable things to get out of season 2, but it was bad.
Okay, sure.
It doesn't make any sense, but it's
There's some memes.
oh my god. I almost want you to watch season 1 and season 2. There's a certain scene that's just it goes from being bad to hilarious.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, you can get back to watching that trailer.
I don't think so because everything's just gonna flop.
Well, do you just want to open up in YouTube? You don't have to watch it on the client.
No. I don't know what else I would have to contribute to this topic.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not going to give you anything much more than just what the show feeling it. Like what
Yeah, I think you've given me pretty much everything this trailer can, so fuck it.
That's very true. Unless you have,
I'm gonna fuck the trailer.
so unless you have any other questions about Psychopaths.
Not really. I don't think I'm invested. I honestly don't.
I'm curious to hear why you're not invested.
I guess I just wasn't expecting a police drama.
But it's not really about the. It's okay. I guess first off, it doesn't operate like a police drama. Like it operates more as a thriller. It looks like a procedural. I went into it expecting like a procedural police drama because I'm really into procedural police shit. But it's not that.
You're dead to me.
But it's like within the first season, I think there's like outside of the first episode, which handles like a very specific thing. I think there's 3 cases within the 20-some episodes, and it's all related back to one bigger case. Well, there's like there's 4 cases, and it's all related to the big overall like narrative because the big bad's like manipulating everybody.
So it's Ace Attorney.
Yeah, no, it's Ace Attorney, but fucked up.
Oh. Well then.
And it doesn't follow the same, like, outside of a couple arcs, it doesn't follow the same structure as a police drama. It's very much more focused on finding the person and like apprehending.
Capping the son of a bitch.
Yeah. Especially in the second core, because the second core goes from like having like, because the first core is a bit more of like that, okay, we have these mysteries we're trying to solve. The second core just goes straight into, no, this is about the characters, and this is about the this relationship between the big bad and one of the detectives, like, and they're like this like arch nemesis thing that they've got going on.
How many people do you think are shouting "Just Kiss" already?
You know what? If I showed my wife the show, she'd probably ship them.
Because that's always what happens for some reason.
Yeah. No, like it's a very Sherlock Moriarty type of relationship, where just not as like, weirdly enough, not as crazy as the Sherlock Moriarty relationship. If that makes, like,
I've never seen Sherlock.
Okay, no,
but like I kind of know what you're talking about.
Not Sherlock, more like regular Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never dabbled with Sherlock.
We don't talk about Sherlock, the BBC show here.
I'm talking in a general sense.
I'm joking. I'm shitting around. I think what would be a good example? Because they're very much like two very like intelligent, mentally capable people that can read each other. Like they're
right. That makes sense.
They're very much foils of one another.
So it's just like Ace Attorney.
Yeah, definitely, totally. Oh man.
Yeah, I think we're Psychopassed Out.
Yeah.
I'm glad we both thought of the same joke.
I know. Yeah, no, but the show is much more interested in exploring into the psyches of the people being affected by the system, and it uses a police setup to explore it.
Well, this might be the Americans speaking, but like I imagine that like constantly being monitored like that would like have people on edge, and like have like, and being on edge would like raise your crime coefficient, right?
But are we already constantly monitored?
I mean, true, but like
I think in a lot of ways it's actually a really good analogy to like America, like the security state that we've gone into, where people just accept that they're being monitored 24/7 and that the government's watching them, and all these organizations are collecting all of our information without us having a say.
Well, stop it. I don't appreciate it.
It just takes the next step of like, they've got that information. What if they started making judgments on us based off that information?
It's not a cozy place.
No. But funnily enough, that's the most peaceful place in the world. Because as a Psychopaths movie has shown, the entire world is just in a constant state of war, apparently.
Wait, lol, what?
Yeah. No, the Psychopaths movie, like, they go out, like, it goes to like this Eastern European Union, well, Eastern Asian Union, and it's just constant like civil war there.
What? Do we know why?
Just because the rest of the world is just constantly warring, and there's just civil unrest and whatnot.
But why though?
Because the civil system's perfect. Clearly, because they don't have to. I mean, the Psychopaths movie is about trying to set up the civil system somewhere else, like in the European countries to help the break tensions. But it's something.
Mm. I'd like to introduce you to the Hawthorne effect.
Yeah. um, I'll put it this way. This There's a lot about psychopaths that doesn't like necessarily appeal to me or interest me or engage me, like, or makes me feel invested. It's the ideas and how it explores those ideas that keep making me come back to this world.
That makes sense. That sounds
Yeah,
very like
yeah.
you.
It's for someone like me. It like I actually like because big like action stuff or like in cool like directing and cool animation don't actually do much for me. Like for someone who like really likes style, there's a lot to love about Psychopaths. As for someone like me, I'm sitting there, I'm just like, and can we get on with this and because it's stylish as all hell when it comes to like, despite being like this like dark and gritty like type of world, it's also weirdly like beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, that's sure what I got from those trailers.
Oh, because okay, part of the problem is that trailer is showing off a lot of like the darkest parts of the show just to make it interesting. But I'm talking about even from like a technical aspect, like it's real that you have really well animated fight choreography. Um, the people when the people explode from the Dominator shooting them, it is like
Standard Japanese high blood pressure.
no, like the okay, it's the level of detail put into the show, like in Psychopaths. It is extremely meticulous with how much detail it puts in its world, and it makes it feel like an alive, real place.
So no Japanese high blood pressure.
I mean, probably.
Because anime characters always have high blood pressure.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's...
But only when they're exploding.
Yeah, of course. Or when they're seeing panties.
Only when they're being shot.
Or when they're seeing panties and their nose explodes.
Oh, true.
But...
That's me.
Yeah. So, weirdly enough, Psychopaths is one of those shows that it's not inviting at all. Like I tried watching it back like when I was in high school, and I couldn't get into it until like someone explained to me like what was actually like until I saw what it was actually about. Because it's one of those disingenuous, like it's, and again, Irabuchi tends to have this effect like with his writing where, at least what I've noticed, where he starts off writing something to make, and it's not what it's said, like it's not what it first appears to be.
Okay.
Like if I thought it was, if it was just a crime procedural drama with some interesting sci-fi things, I wouldn't be recommending it to you.
Oh.
It is incredibly everything that happens in the second half of the core that really.
So basically, you think I wouldn't like the first bit very much, but then it'll really pick up in the second.
Well, I think especially with maybe like the first episode in particular. I think there's one of the things I think I think I forget which order. I think the second case involves them looking into the psychopaths, like, cause like they have like this full like VR world like experience people can go into and have social interactions and whatnot. And the second case explores that. And it is cool as all fuck, especially as like someone that like does like the whole internet thing and talks with people online. That was the coolest thing to me.
And then VR chat came around.
No, it makes VR chat look like a joke.
Okay.
And yeah, no,
I've never actually done VR chat. Is it? Oh, well then.
For the record, I've got 10% battery left, so on my laptop because I forgot this laptop's battery just drains really fast.
Oh, fun. So are we done with this week?
We'll finish it up. I think the second arc and the back half of the third arc, third case, would really interest you. I would say like the third/fourth case, because the fourth case is kind of just like a second part of the third case, because the second case deals with VR, then
just like Ace Attorney.
Yep. And the back half of the let's not talk about that here. Ace Attorney doesn't exist. And then the third/fourth casing. Have you ever heard of The Most Dangerous Game?
I've heard the concept, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, I've heard the phrase used.
Okay, so what the? But okay, then I won't spoil. If anybody who knows what The Most Dangerous Game, this kind of spoils what the fourth case is kind of like. But it deals with like robot like hunting robots and whatnot, hunting people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
this sounds familiar.
Yeah. So, and the fourth case kind of deals with one of the characters gets captured by one of the bad guys, and this guy has a bunch of these hunting robots that he likes to hunt people down with. As in like in a Most Dangerous Game sort of format.
Oh, this was a Kids Next Door episode.
And one of the concepts that it deals with is also this show deals with is full body automation, like automatization.
Automation.
Replacing the entire human body with robot parts and just like having like the brain, like controlling it. Okay. That's just something that the show tackles. Anyways, we gotta finish this up. I gotta save this audio.
Oh, okay. This has been Bros in a Landfill. Signing the off.
Bye.